Something big just dropped in Baltimore, and it has everyone stunned. A bold prediction about the Ravens leaked in the last few hours, and it completely changes the way we look at the rest of the season. This isn't a rumor, and it's definitely not an exaggeration. It's a kind of unexpected twist that could become the turning point of the year, and you're about to see why it has the entire NFL on high alert. What makes this even crazier is that the prediction is directly tied to what the Ravens might do from this point on, almost like someone looked into the future and said everything out loud with zero hesitation. And if this turns out to be true, the AFC North is going to shake, and Baltimore's season takes a whole new direction. So stick with me, because what was said is way too big to ignore, and every detail matters. Baltimore's season started completely off script. A 1-5 record left the team tight-cornered and trying to find any sense of direction. Losses to the Bills, Lions, and Chiefs were tough, exposing a group that looked lost, tried to fix everything at once but struggling to turn anything into wins. And the lowest point came when Lamar Jackson injured his hamstring against the Chiefs. From that moment on, the offense lost rhythm and life. The losses to the Texans and Rams made it clearer than ever how much this team depends on Lamar to keep things moving. Without him, everything slowed down, the spark was gone, and the offense just didn't feel dangerous. At least a bye week gave the team a small spark when Tyler Huntley pulled out a much-needed win. But the real turning point came when Lamar returned. Against the Dolphins, he came back looking fresh, fast, and confident, the way he controlled the offense. Almost like he finally shed a huge weight, completely changed the energy around the entire team. Suddenly the Ravens felt alive again. They didn't look like a team dragging a 1-5 record behind them anymore. They looked like a group ready to reset and fight for something bigger. That performance brought back the feeling that this season wasn't over, not even close. And that shift in energy opened the door perfectly for what came next. How Lamar's return reshaped the team's confidence and started to influence everything happening inside the locker room. Lamar's performance against Miami felt like a message that something had truly changed. He played like his body finally responded. No hesitation, no discomfort, nothing slowing him down. For touchdown passes delivered with that calm, effortless touch of his made it clear that the offense had its spark back. When Lamar is playing like that, the whole team settles into place. The offensive line plays lighter, the receivers trust the timing, and even the defense feeds off the energy, knowing the offense is going to put points on the board. It's wild how much one player's vibe can shift the entire locker room, but that game showed it perfectly. It was like everyone suddenly remembered who they really are, and on top of that, the offensive rhythm that completely vanished when Lamar was out finally came back. The offense looked natural again. Quick reads, smart spacing, taking advantage of matchups. The team felt loose, like they'd finally taken a weight off their shoulders. That feeling is crucial when a team is trying to spark a comeback. And when a leader returns in that kind of form, everyone around him believes more. The internal confidence doesn't grow because of speeches. It grows because of what happens on the field. The Ravens felt that shift, and that mentality is exactly the fuel a team needs for the rest of the season. And that new energy, that shift in mindset, made room for something even bigger. The bold prediction that grabbed everyone's attention and put a spotlight on what Baltimore could become from this point on. When Emory Hunt said the Ravens wouldn't lose another regular season game, it wasn't just a hot take. It was a direct message from someone who sees a team trending upward and believes the worst is already behind them. There were no disclaimers, no hesitation. He simply said Baltimore is winning every remaining game. His confidence came from Lamar's return. That performance against Miami showed a quarterback completely in control, relaxed, decisive, and commanding every snap. For Hunt, if Lamar stays in that groove, there's no reason to think Baltimore can't go on a long winning streak. His conviction made it clear. This version of the Ravens still has a lot to say in 2025. Hunt even pointed out that the biggest test would only come a few weeks later against New England. But even with that, he insisted the team should roll through the upcoming stretch without stumbling. That alone puts Baltimore in a completely different tier from where they were after starting 1-5. It's like someone flipped a switch on the entire season. And when a prediction that big hits the public, it changes everything. Expectations, pressure, motivation. The team hears it, feels the weight of it, and understands that the narrative has shifted. From that moment on, every game matters even more, and every win adds fuel to the story of a possible turnaround. And this kind of outside confidence only grows when the schedule lines up, which is exactly why Hunt prediction suddenly looks even more interesting. The Ravens are stepping into the easiest stretch of their season, setting up the perfect scenario for what comes next.
All right, we're already past the halfway point of this video, but before we continue, I noticed you haven't left a like yet. It's really important because it helps YouTube keep showing you my content so I can keep bringing you the best news about the Baltimore Ravens. So go ahead and hit that like button. It's free and it really helps. Thanks. Now let's get back to it.
The final stretch of Baltimore's schedule is a huge reason for all this renewed optimism. Facing the Vikings, Jets, Patriots, Packers, and two matchups with the Browns create a path where every game feels more manageable than the battles they faced earlier in the year. It's not an easy run, but it's a winnable one, and that matters when a team is picking up momentum. The win over the Bears in Week 8 already hinted that things were shifting even before Lamar returned, and a performance against Miami confirmed the offense was finally back on track. When you combine a motivated team with a manageable schedule, the chances of a strong run increase dramatically. Baltimore knows this. John Harbaugh knows this. And the locker room definitely knows it. If the team strings together wins, they can match last season's 12-5 record, putting them right in the heart of the division race. The timing is perfect. The rhythm is returning. And inside that facility, it feels like the moment to gain momentum is right now. And going into the playoffs with momentum has always been part of Baltimore's DNA. Harbaugh knows how to prepare his team for the right moment, and everything points to this emotional shift happening at exactly the right time. The schedule is opening doors. Now it's on Baltimore to walk through them. And that possibility of a massive run is exactly what makes the AFC North so interesting right now, setting up the explosive scenario for the final piece. The race against Pittsburgh and the real chance to flip the division upside down. Even at 3-5, the AFC North is totally within reach. The Steelers lead at 5-3, but the gap isn't big enough to push Baltimore out of the conversation. And with the Ravens and Steelers not facing each other until Week 13, there's plenty of time for the standings to tighten up. Every week carries weight now. Cincinnati and Cleveland aren't helping themselves either. The Bengals are inconsistent at 3-6, and the Browns can't find any rhythm at 2-6. That puts Baltimore in a great position. If they truly catch fire the way many expect, they can climb past both of those teams naturally as the weeks roll on. The real difference maker is the schedule. While Pittsburgh faces tougher challenges, Baltimore has a smoother path. That means if the Ravens handle their business, that Week 13 matchup could end up deciding the entire division, something that felt impossible after the 1-5 start. And when a team starts believing it can get there, everything changes. Confidence returns, competitiveness spikes, and every win starts to feel heavier. Baltimore looks like it's stepping into that moment, where every step can redefine the season. The AFC North is alive, wide open, and ready to host one of the biggest turnarounds of the year. After all this, it's clear the Ravens aren't just responding. They're rewriting the direction of their season. Lamar's return, the new energy in the locker room, the favorable schedule, and his bold prediction that just leaked combined into something nobody expected after that rough start. It feels like the team finally found a new beginning, a moment that turns doubt into confidence and pressure into motivation. Now I want to hear from you. With everything happening right now, do you really believe Baltimore can heat up and shock the entire NFL? Because if this prediction is right, the AFC North might deliver one of those stories people talk about for years, and the Ravens might be just a few steps away from something huge.
And if you, just like me, are passionate about the world of football and want to learn more about the Ravens' legacy, don't leave this video without sharing it with that friend who is also a Baltimore Ravens fan and will love this content. See those video suggestions on your screen? The first one was handpicked just for you, and the other is a recommendation from YouTube itself.